Today we'll be learning how to use the application that's on the tablets, where it may also be on your phone. This tablet is used to update your jobs. What we're going to talk about first, before we get into how the actual updates work, are some of the definitions, what the different choices are when you're updating the tablet. So when you're looking on the screen, you can see there are 11 options. Let's talk about the first one. When a job first comes over, it should say status pre-planned driver assigned. It's waiting for you to decide what you're going to do with that job next. So the first status that you're going to use, and probably the one you'll use the most, is the accept status. If the job is one that you wish to do, you want to go ahead and change it to accepted status. What accepted means is you've agreed you're going to do this job. You're not going to fall off. You are intending to complete the job. So once you accept it, we think you're going to do it, and you're expected to complete it. After you send the accept update, you should get an email from us. The email is going to look just like the one you're seeing on the screen now. The email says, "We received your accept of the job." You don't want to wait forever. There will be a time limit as to how long you have to accept the job. So once you know you want to do it, you definitely want to accept it. This is how you receive jobs the day before and same day jobs. So make sure you're sending accept as soon as you're sure you want to do the job. The next status is decline. If you want to decline a job, it's something you don't want to do, then you choose decline from the status list. Once you've chosen decline, you push the little arrow again up at the top, the little arrow right near the top of the screen, and send that, and that will let us know you do not want to do the job. It's also helpful if you call and tell us, "Hey, I can't do this." That definitely helps us just in case we do not get your decline update. The next status we're looking at is box outgate. Box outgate always happens either at the railroad or from the JAS parking lot when you're taking a container to a customer. That could be for a pickup, that could be for a delivery, but you're going to choose box outgate. You're going to add your container number. If it's not already in there, it may be in there because if you're doing an inbound, you already know the box number. But if you're doing a pickup, you're going to enter the container number like I'm doing on the screen here. And then again, you're going to push that little update button. Once we receive your update, you're going to get an email back that again gives you another redundancy to check the box number and make sure the box number we have is correct. Again, this is only when you're en route to a customer. If you're in-gating a loaded box, you would not use this status. This is only en route to the customer from either the railroad or from the JAS parking lot only. The next status we're looking at is pickup arrival. You're going to, of course, use this status when you arrive to make a pickup at a customer. When you do that, you can go to a section at the bottom. You're going to see here, there's a little section called Dates, the little tab. When you click there, if you click on right underneath Arrived, it's going to let you enter a date and time, or it will automatically do it real time at the time you put. But if you forgot, this is where you would enter what time you arrived to the customer, and then again you'd push that little arrow once you were done and it would send the update to us. Again, you'll get a redundancy email letting you know what time we show you arrived, so that if something's wrong, you can call us right away and let us know. You never put the arrive time for the railroad. It doesn't matter what time you got to the railroad. This arrival time is only for arriving to the shipper to get loaded. Delivery arrival is essentially the exact same thing as pickup arrival, except you've got a loaded box that's going to be unloaded at the customer. So again, you're going to change your status to delivery arrival when you arrive to the customer. You're going to go ahead and put in the time that you want. As you can see on the screen, I'm entering the time. And then you're just putting delivery arrival and again pushing that update button up at the top. Once again, you will get an email letting you know we received your arrival, so you can again double check your time to make sure the time we have is the time you want. And if you're doing a drop and hook, this is the first part of a drop and hook, choosing drop empty pick. So you're going to go into your tablet and you pick drop empty pick. This means you're dropping an empty container at the shipper that will later be loaded. So you're dropping the empty. Drop empty pick is only done at a shipper where you're dropping off an empty box to be loaded. Again, you can put in your arrival time if you wish, instead of letting it automatically do it. Now, in the case of a loaded container, you're dropping off a loaded container that will later be unloaded. You're going to choose Drop Loaded Del, which is Drop Loaded Delivery. And again, you can go to the little date screen and enter your time if you wish, or it will automatically go with the real time that you're there. Okay, next status is Pickup Depart. This is you've been at the shipper, you're in pickup arrival status, or you're getting a ready load. But either way, you're picking up a fully loaded container from a shipping office, from a shipper. Here, you're going to double check your container number again. You can put your out time by again clicking on the little date section and entering the time you left if you want to make sure it's accurate, or you can just let it automatically update when you update the order. You're going to go to the billing section. You're going to put in your pieces. You'll see a little spot for it where I'm entering it. You can enter in your weight there as well. You're going to put in a seal number, a bill of lading number. Then you're going to click the other tab and you're going to see there's a spot for destination. Whatever the destination of the load is based on the paperwork the shipper has given you is what you want to enter here. So you're going to check your bill of lading and mark in the destination that it shows. If it doesn't match the destination we expect, like on this one it says final location Saddle Creek Corporation, you should call JAS and tell them, hey, my destination is not matching up to what I'm showing. Something's wrong. And then again, you're going to push that little arrow button up at the top to send the updated information to us. You will again receive an email back from us, and that email is going to tell you what we show the destination you sent and what it should be to make sure, again, another redundancy. And that lets you know we have your billing information and you're good to start heading to the ramp. Delivery unloaded is the next status we're going to talk about. This is you're doing an inbound. The container has gotten empty. You finish your delivery, you're empty, you're ready to go. You're going to click Delivery Unloaded and then again push the little arrow key up at the top to let us know you're empty. This could also be you've gotten an empty from a receiver. You've done a drop and hook. You would send Delivery Unloaded only on the job that is empty, the container you have. It's the container that gets empty. This also sets up your depart, that you're leaving the receiver. You only do this once you're empty and only if you have that container. You don't send a depart if you're bobtailing out. There is no status for a bobtail out. Rail ingate is exactly what it sounds like. You're sending rail ingate when you're ingating at the railroad. That could be a loaded box that you're ingating to the railroad and you had good billing, or it could be an empty box that you're getting rid of at the railroad. This status should only be done at railroads or depots, never the JAS yard. This would only be, I'm at the COFC depot and dropping off a container in Elwood, for instance, or you're at ITL Logistics, or you're at Global 4, Bedford Park. Make sure the container is already in the gate and you have a proper J1 before you send rail ingate. Sending it too early causes all sorts of problems. Yard pull load is the next one we're going to talk about. Now, many reasons you might yard pull load. The first is you're just grabbing it from the ramp and bringing it to JAS to deliver another day, or you're bringing it for another driver. You would choose out gate, then you'd go to yard pull load and bring it to where you're taking it. You could also be refused billing at the ramp. Then you would bring it back to JAS, and again, you'd choose yard pull load. Another option is the customer loaded you. You're not going to the ramp at all. You're coming straight to the JAS parking lot. You would choose yard pull load. You'll notice when you go to hit yard pull load, you're going to get asked, hey, where are you taking it to? And it's going to give you several options. You'll see one is JSTALS. That's going to be the most common. That means you're bringing it straight to the JAS parking lot. You're going to see the next one is STAL12260. You'll never use that one. It's an old one we used to use called Strictly. Then there's JAS 130. Loads do not go to the 131st yard without very special permission. So unless someone tells you to take it to the 131st yard, don't, but JAS 130 is that yard. ALA 12801 is the Alsip Truck Center, and JAS Elwood is a yard that's coming, the Elwood area. Right now it's a farm, but these would be all the places you could take it to. So once you choose the location, you can then proceed to that yard bring it there. You still do want to check with your dispatcher to find out what location to drop it at once you do drop it. We have specific assigned spots. The last status we're going to talk about is yard pull empty. This means your container is empty and you're bringing it to the JAS yard. This could be for use another day. This could be because you're done with your delivery and you're bringing the empty. What you want to do here is once you're empty, these are traditionally like CFQUs or an EMHU UMAX, you're going to take it and bring it to one of the JAS yards. You're choosing which yard you're taking it to just like you normally would. 99% of these will go to JAS 130, but there could be exceptions. So you're going to choose that and then bring it to the JAS yard and park it where dispatch told you. Again, assigned spot numbers. Next, we're going to talk about the step of bobtailing into a customer. So if you're planned in a bobtail, it's going to start on you pre-planned like everything else. You would then accept it. There would be no other status until you got to the shipper or receiver. If you're bobtailing in for a delivery, then you would immediately, upon getting the box and checking it out, send delivery unloaded. That's letting dispatch know you're ready for a reload. But you just go straight to delivery unloaded status. There's no other status on a bobtail. With a bobtail in for a pickup, you're bobtailing in and you're going to, after you've checked out the box, gotten the pieces, weight, blade number, seal, destination, you know everything, then you're going to send pickup to part with all that information entered. Now we're going to talk about one thing you should never do in the tablet. If you go to enter a container number and there's one already there, something is wrong. Do not change the container number, call your dispatcher. In the event your container number is wrong in there, again, do not change the container number, call the office. Never ever should you change the container number yourself. You should always call the office and let them know, hey, something is wrong here. This is not the container number I have. Or even if you're doing a drop and hook and you don't see another order to put that container number on, call the office. Tell them, hey, what should I do here? There's already a box number in this. But we never change the number.